So I've done myself a bit of training, done myself a bit of catching, and I think at this point I'm about ready to get done what I want to in this segment. The Pokemon that you're seeing in this haul come from a number of different areas. There's the Honey Tree on Route 209, there's also the Lost Tower that I picked some stuff up from. The Wild Encounter tables aren't really different at all between the floors, so I can just bowl around on the bottom floor and get some of those. These are the things I came across, the Dusclops Bayonet, and of course everybody's favourite Golbat. Swallow, Noctowl, Pidgeotto were all on Route 209's Honey Tree, and then the rest of the encounters actually came from Route 210, which I'm probably not going to be showing off too much because it's going to be part of a little sped up section where I'm going through, knocking over some trainers and providing post commentary in the background, because there's no way in hell I'm going to be able to make it interesting otherwise. One of the things you can encounter in the grass, however, is Rapidash. Despite being the rarest thing there and kind of unexpected at this point in the game, it is actually the very first thing I came across. So good on the RNG for that one. That's a 5% encounter rate. Everybody's favorite Cry, Cricketune. Got some Miltank, Tauros, and then we have these lovely little specimens which all come from the Honey Tree. So I believe that's about everything for that. Got everybody trained up to level 33. You'll notice that Jaeger's not holding the Amulet Coin anymore because he's going to be sitting out this segment. I did want to show off his moveset because I think it was at 33 itself. It got Psychic, so I put that over Psybeam and it's looking a little bit better now. Pompoda hasn't had anything happen, yada yada yada. I don't think there's been any other changes to movesets, at least out of the team that's sitting out this segment. And so this is what I'm going to be going with. I've given the Amulet Coin to Bertha. Could have given it the White Clay, but I want money. And so I also took the opportunity to train in some certain stats as well. Spearmint in particular, its special attack was a little bit lacking in compared to its physical attack. So I went and did some, I fit the power lens onto this thing and gave it some special attack training. So Icy Wind should hit a little bit harder, and if at some point in the future I end up getting Ice Beam or something like that, I'm not necessarily opposed to giving it a Spearmint now because it'll actually have a bit of force behind it. I think I also did some defense training for Rampart, so it's a little bit more resilient. Will work really well once it gets Solid Rock upon becoming a Rhyperior. I think Mint Roast I gave a little bit of HP to for some reason. I think I only did that just so I could find out what Pokemon she actually sends out for the HP training. I've got it on a little notepad file here, and I think everybody else just got some grinding. So that's that out the way. And I'm in the daycare center as well because I forgot to show off this farmer dude. He offers up some berries. I'm gonna say yes to this. Uh-oh, okay. Oh, so it's 15 of all of them. Okay, that's actually a pretty decent deal. So yeah, here we have the Pomeg, Kelpsy, Qualots. What are the other three? Hondu. I don't think Nanab's one of them. No, Greppa, and then I think Tamato. These berries all increase happiness, so if you're looking to get something and teaching it return, which I think I've got the TM for. Oh, hold on. I've got the TM for return, right? Yeah, I do. So if you want to increase a Pokemon's happiness, you can use these berries. But what they also do is that they also reduce effort values. So if I wanted to specifically effort value train all of my team members, I could give them some of these berries and take away the effort values in stats that they don't really need those effort values in, and I can focus more towards the ones that they really do need. Because, like, for example, Rampart doesn't need any effort values in speed, so I could feed it a few Tamato berries and then go and train on defense or attack or something like that. So that's a pretty good thing to have, and 5 grand is a pretty good deal. You'll notice I had a pretty big cash stack. I knocked over a few rich people in the previous segment, and so with 150k on me at the moment, I'm not exactly all that fussed over funds at the moment. I think I bought some other stuff as well. Yeah, I got some more super potions, got some revives. I want to say I got some super repels. I'm not 100% sure on that. I did not. I should probably go and do that right now, actually. In before I didn't look hard enough, I actually do have the repels. Pretty sure I don't, though. Yeah, let's grab 20 of these. 10 grand for 20 of those, so much more cost efficient than the regular repels. Like, you've got no idea. It's not even a contest. So, we've got a couple of places I want to explore first off. We're going to go to the east here to start things off with. There's a house over here, which I'm kind of curious at having a look in. I did not know there were two, though, so I might as well have a look. One of these houses is where you're supposed to get the seal case. Wait, I thought that actually got replaced. Oh, okay, so I guess it wasn't. So yeah, there's the seal case, and you can get some seals. I will almost certainly not be using the seals, just because I'm using 12 Pokemon on the team, and I'm doing a lot of switching around and stuff like that. And if you have one of those seal capsules over one of your Pokeballs, like over one of your team member Pokeballs, then you can't put that team member in the PC until you've taken the ball capsule off it. So it's a bit more. It makes the act of switching team members out just a bit more tedious than it has much of a right to be. I mean, you're not necessarily wrong about that. It just has a... okay. A flame on their head. I've got a... do I have a Magmar? I might have a Magmar. Let me actually have a look at that. I'm quite curious to see what reward I get out of that. I know there's another building in here that has... oh, I can just show Rapidash off. That'll do. Lots of distractions, but it'll at least provide a little bit of buff padding. I don't know why I said buff padding. It should just be padding. Buff padding is buff padding is a card in the Pokemon TCG that you can attach it to a Pokemon, but it doesn't have an effect unless that Pokemon has a retreat cost of 4, and I think it gives it like an extra 50 HP or something like that. Yeah, that's the one. So what do I get for it? Oh. Okay. I'm glad I did that then. That's the second step in the Jirachi side quest. I think as I was going on a tangent, yeah, this guy. Pro Pokemon Catcher. You get different types of Pokeballs off of him if you show him a Pokemon that he wants to see. And one of those rewards is in fact a Master Ball, so I could get lucky and get a Master Ball off of him. I might as well go and have a bit of a gander, because once I'm done with exploring Selection Town here, I'm probably never going to come back unless I feel like showing off the way to abuse RNG to get a shiny egg or something like that, which is almost certainly not going to be a thing. Goes in the polar opposite direction. So, yeah, yo. Yeah, what's up? What do you want? Gibble, that is easy. Heart Scale and some Pokeballs. Heart Scale would be nice, except, don't need them for tutoring anymore. But Gibble is a simple enough Pokemon to show him, so I'll go ahead and grab that and see what kind of Pokeball I get out of the deal. Where is Gibble? Here he is. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. The Spiritomb that I caught in the previous segment, I had a look at it when I was putting it away in the collection, and I actually found out it was holding a smoke ball, so I took that off of it, and that's a pretty nice item to have, especially if I'm looking for like wild Pokemon or something like that. If you don't know what the smoke ball does, you can fit it onto a Pokemon, and if that Pokemon is in a wild encounter, then you can run away without any risk of failure. Yep. Mm-hmm. Cool. Luxury balls. That's actually a pretty good reward. Luxury balls, I think, tend to be pretty expensive and generally rare in the games that at least in the first few games that they appear in. I think there's only literally one in Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. But it's another one of those Pokeballs that, like, I could catch Pokemon in as part of the challenge. I don't think I ever actually stated this, but I am pretty anal when it comes to catching Pokemon in regular Pokeballs. I might be a bit lenient with that when it comes to legendaries. I might just catch those in Ultra Balls. I think it really just depends. I'm going to be catching buying a lot of Pokeballs in this playthrough anyway, so I'm going to have a shit ton of Premier Balls. So I may find myself OCD enough to try to catch every legendary in a Premier Ball. Even though I still would not actually have every legendary in the Premier Ball anyway, because of, you know, mana fee. And I'd be showing off the ability to breed that thing if I had access to Ditto, but I do not. So that's going to have to be something I do another time. Guess all that's left to do is see what these items are. That's totally going to be something I get a crap ton of use out of. So, now that that's out of the way and we've gone exploring in these houses and everything, I can finally start bowling into the Solaceon ruins here. Uh-oh. What the hell are you? Oh. Oh, shit. I'm gonna have to fight him, aren't I? Uh-oh. Okay, that works. Okay, I am quite glad that I don't have to fight him, but I am even more glad that I have the Psychic TM now. I can put that straight onto Ghost Trick, and I might as well. It's a direct upgrade. It does make the movesets on my team feel a little bit samey, but perhaps one of my team members can get... Is Psycho Cut even a thing in this generation? It might be. Like, maybe like one of those special attacking psychic moves that inflicts physical damage. I'm not too sure if that's a thing in this generation. I would put up a Super Repel here, but I do not actually want to do that. What I would like to do, though, is save state. Because there is actually one Pokemon that you can encounter in here, and I think it's pretty obvious what it is just by looking at this message. Top right, lower left, top right, top left, lower left. I think that should probably get me to the place I want to get to. But I believe if we look inside these other little rooms, you'll grab some other useful items. So that'll be nice to have. Nope, nothing in that. Throw another save state just because I can. I'm not even sure why I'm doing this to begin with. I think he's the only trainer in this area, so I might as well give him a bit of a... Hello, how are you? What do you want? Fight me now. Oh, hang on. You know what? I'll take it. I wanted to get a decent looking Unown to appear in the Pokedex. F will do the trick for me, I think. As for weakening it, this thing does suck. I think it's improved for this hack. Surely this Unown's got a boost to its stats. Yeah, that's a pretty significant boost to its stats. It's 108 in both attack and special attack. As a psychic type, it should resist Mark Punch pretty well. That sounds pretty good. Oh, good, Earth Power. Yeah, it gets all of the power moves, so on top of Hidden Power, it also gets Secret Power, Nature Power, Cosmic Power, Earth Power, and Ancient Power. So, if there's anybody playthrough in which you could possibly use an Unown, this might actually be the game for you to use one in. I have absolutely no intention of doing that, because I still think Unown sucks. Especially since its improvement in speed is really not all that good. It's originally 48, but it's gone up to 54, which is kind of shit. So, yeah. If you're mad enough to use an Unown, it's at least got a move set. It's got a rock move. It's got an earth ground move. Nature Power could do something. And then Hidden Power for whatever type it ends up getting. So yeah, there's Unown. I could go after all 28 forms like I did previously. Probably not going to do that though. Oh. Okay. But yeah, I don't see myself getting the 28 Unown forms in this playthrough, because unlike in Sacred Gold Storm Silver, I don't think there's actually a reward for getting all the Unown forms in this. And I remember how much of a arduous task it was getting all of those, and then just like catching more stuff and not having a whole lot of room to maneuver around with, and it's just... Yeah. Okay, so that hiker was not the dude that I was expecting to fight. Is it this dude? Yes, it is. Okay. He's a Ruin Maniac, so he might have a He might have some ground types or some rock types. Would be about right for him. No, he's got Bronzor. Yeah, I guess that works. I think Bronzor does have some kind of, like, link to ancient civilizations or some shit like that. I think Bronzongs were actually used as literal bells in ancient times or something like that. I've got no idea. I don't really pay much attention to them. I mean, I'm giving one a crack in this playthrough, but besides that, I'm not really... Never found myself overly interested in the laws of this thing. So, yeah, that's the kind of thing I was looking for. Might as well see if I can knock this Sand Slash out. Oh, good. Well, you're still going to get experience anyway, so let me send in Bertha. Get some double cash stack off this fella. Oh, ripped. At least Spearman's going to get all the experience out of this. Spearman's pretty close to evolution. I mean, it's still 7 levels away, but it's getting there. Waterstone, that's kind of cool, I guess. I have to wonder now how many of each evolution stone I'm going to need. I don't think this is the direction I want to go, because I want to make sure every single room in this place is checked out thoroughly. Okay. And for some reason this room is just even more blue than all the others. Probably just because it's deeper into the cave. It's like, Turnback Cave, I think it was. Or like Reversal Cave. No, I'm pretty sure it's Turnback Cave. It's just incredibly foggy. Although that's literally because it has fog that you can get rid of with defog. Oh. Okay. There's just a random sign there. I'll, interact with that in just a moment. Let me just make sure I've got everything from these other rooms. Okay. I don't recall there being a sign here. Normally. Friendship, all lives, touch other lives to create something in you and alive. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, Nugget. So that's more cash stack. Defog HM, that's nice. Once I get a fellow that can serve as a good HM slave. Calm Mind's very good to have. And Odd Incense, which... is that the Mime Junior one? Yes, it is. You give this to a Mr. Mime, you put it in the daycare. I think it's got to be female. And then the egg will hatch into a Mime Junior. Ye who desires a wish fulfilled must first be one who grants 3 wishes. Oh, okay. So I guess there's only one more wish for me to grant, and then I can... I guess I come back here to fight Jirachi. Sounds about right. I could probably look that up once I'm done with this. Wasn't there like a separate area that I could explore though? I remember that I seem to recall that there being a separate exit out of this place. I could not remember for the life of me where it was though. Yeah, it's up there. How do you get up there? Let me see if I can find my way up there. Go there. No, that's not where I want to go. Nope. Nope. Is it up here? No. Okay, that's a bit weird. It's gonna bother me until I work out how to get up there. But I'm gonna try not to worry about it too much. Because all it's really doing is wasting my super repels. So I'm just gonna get the hell out of here. And I'm gonna go and do some exploration in the Lost Tower. At this point, by the time I'm finished with the Lost Tower, I might actually have a decent sized segment. So I might be holding off on doing the Route 210 and 215 shtick until next time. Should probably go and heal. Hello. Okay, so there's a number of trainers in here that I gotta knock over. I'll try to get through most of them as sped up as I can. Well, this place is kind of weird. I thought that there was a, actually, I think I get something off you, don't I? Yeah, I remember now. Yada yada yada. I think she references something like Hooper, like which doesn't exist in this game because it is before 6th generation. I'm not 100% sure if she's referring to Hooper, but for some reason she just gives you a Reaper Cloth. So like, the Reaper Cloth you immediately think is related to Dusk Noir because you use that on a Dusclops to evolve it into a Dusk Noir. But for some stupid reason, it's just like, that sounds a lot... The thing that she describes sounds a lot more like Hooper than it is Dusk Noir. So, let's get Ghost Trick up in front. I'm going to bring this team with me. I might as well give them all some screen time. It's funny because I'm leading with a Ghost. So yeah, Carmine's a very good move to have. I'm not too sure who I'm going to be giving that to. But anything that can use special attacks will probably find itself at least eligible for using it. What is this? Oval Stone, lovely. There was one of those on the Harpini that I caught a couple of segments ago as well. I've got some antidotes, don't I? Yeah. I'll take that off. Alright. Anybody else who hasn't seen any screen time? I think Mint Roast has been on screen at least once so far, but I'll give him the lead for the next battle, I guess. Gotta make a maze out of this frickin' cemetery. I've got no idea why either. I'll go back and fight him soon, unless... Oh, okay. That works. That's 1,500 bucks that remains in my wallet. Now, fight me. Oh. The fella has fallen victim to the bowl cut brigade. That's what I'm calling them from now on, just the bowl cut brigade. Don't know if I'm going to be able to remember to call them the bowl cut brigade next time I see them. Although I don't think it's actually all that far away, because I think once I get to... Yeah, once I get to Veilstone, I'm not too sure if I have to continue on from there to Pastoria. I'm not even sure what order you're normally supposed to fight Maylene and Waken in this in Platinum. In Diamond and Pearl, Maylene was the 3rd, then you'd fight Wake as the 4th, and then Fantina as the 5th, but here we've obviously already gotten rid of Fantina as she was the 3rd, so I'm not too sure if Wake is intended to be the 5th or if Maylene is. I would look up their teams just to see which one has a higher level than the other, but that would spoil shit, and I don't want to be spoiled. Not that it matters a whole lot, because, like, usually when I fight gym leaders on screen, then it's usually at least my 2nd or maybe later attempt. I've not found myself with a great deal of success going into it first go, because I'm just a bit too blind for that, but whatever. Charge boosts special defense. So that's not going to be good to deal with Drill Run. Lots of electric types. So I guess I'm quite happy to have put Rampart up front there. I'm going to keep him up front for this next battle, at least give him one more level. He evolved at 36, so the closer I can get him to that, I might bring him with for the, at least part of the sped up grind through routes 210 and 215. With any luck, I'll be able to get enough experience under this guy to evolve him. Hello. Rep. What's this move? Poison Jab. Oh, jeez. Okay. I guess we're getting rid of Takedown then. Does she still have... Okay, no. I was going to say, if she was sending in another fairy type, I'd probably stay in and just try out the Poison Jab, but no. We've got Whalmer to deal with, and Whalmer is a lot easier to knock out if I send Spearman out. Seed Bomb. Oh no, it went with... Was that Dive? Pretty sure that was Dive. And lots of fun with a Bonsai. Bonsai is actually a type of tree now that I think about it. I always wondered what that was about because I immediately thought of like bonsai, which is like something that you'd like shout out for some reason. I can't really specify the context in which you would yell out bonsai, but I thought that this had relations to it. But no, bonsai is a type of tree. The only reason I know about that is because apparently Bodhi's got one now. He's just kind of growing it and taking care of it. And then when it inevitably dies, his Twitch chat is probably going to rip him a new arsehole. That's going to be a good day. You used like a super potion there, didn't you? I don't know what is up with these random classes of trainers having access to healing items. I guess in the case of the rich folk, it's justified because they can afford to buy shit like this. But I guess none of the other trainers are either smart enough or rich enough to do so. I guess Bertha can lead for this next battle. As it now occurs to me that it's a double battle. So who I have as Bertha's partner then? Uh-oh. Shit. This is not good. Maybe this will work out. I feel like Flaffy is going to use some kind of a special attack, so maybe Bertha can tank it. I'd like to get that Ponytail out the way, though. And I guess maybe Icy Wind to slow them both down a bit. We'll see how this works out. Oh, low kick. Okay. Oh, jeez. Okay, that could have gone a lot worse. And I'm expecting the Flaffy to attack Bertha, so I don't really think Spearmint's going to have to worry about getting knocked out here. Spearmint gets the attack in anyway, so that's nice. That Ponytail is almost dead, so I'm going to go in with Mark Punch next turn. Probably switch Spearmint out if it doesn't get knocked out here. Okay, that's pretty cool. So what's Flaffy doing then? Power Gem! Lovely. But it's still tanked anyway. Wait, did these only have one Pokemon each? Okay. Very, very good. Okay, Mitt Roast, because you are not at 34 yet, and then I guess Rampart. Give him the experience since it's pretty much fair game to the rest of my team. How many more trainers have I got to deal with? There's that one, Will-O-Wisp. That sounds like a boatload of fun. Do I want to go and spend a revives? Nah, screw it. Let me just go back and heal. I could just, like, not bother healing. Yeah, I want to at least heal. You know what? I want to at least heal Spearmint. Actually, no, I want the cash stack as well. Yes, screw it, I'm going to go heal. No more of this indecisiveness. I shall go and heal. So yeah, I didn't think this would take me quite as long to get through as it did, which is why I was hoping to do a sped up section here, but it looks like that's not gonna. That just isn't actually gonna be happening, because once I'm done here, it'll be about 30 minutes, and that'll be a decently sized segment. But at least we've done something. Could have just ended up bumbling around and not doing anything at all, but I'm quite happy with the progress that we've made. Yeah, might as well leave. Same leads. I think I remember that there was like a trainer either in here or in like a similar area in another game where like you could only talk to one of the pair to initiate the battle because the other one is like blocked off. And I think I think that trainer still had like a battle initiating dialogue, even though you will never ever actually hear it, which is kind of interesting. Let me actually aim this aerial ace at Misdreavus. Icy Wind can take care of the Murkrow. And if the Misdreavus tanks this, then Icy Wind will do a bit more damage. Yeah. Of course, got a Drill Peck out the Spearmint. And dead. And Bertha is almost dead as well. That is rather shite. So let's just get rid of this Misdreavus and Aurora Beam the Murkrow then. Yeah, rep. That makes me sad that Spearmint just died again, but I don't expect there to be any more trainers in here. And there is not, so it's not a massive loss. Massive lost. Alright. And he's talking about the Raiko Entei and Suicune. Cool. Oh, good. Good. That's a really good reward for exploring this place. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else on this top floor that will vindicate my decision and come up here. No, there's not. Okay, so that was a complete waste of time. Okay, in that case, I'm just going to get the hell out of here now and conclude the segment. So, I might as well, like, show off what you can expect to start off the following segment. Because there's going to be a bunch of trainers that are going to get through, and some of them are going to be in the rain, and it's going to be just a whole bunch of arduous crap, and, yeah. So it's up here. There's, one dude, there's another dude. Beyond there, there's at least a double battle, and I think 2 other trainers, so that's just that first area, and then there's the, area after that, Route 215, which I think is, like, perpetually in rain, so I imagine that Mitt Roast is probably not going to be seeing much screen time in tomorrow's segment, just because of that reason and that reason only. So, yeah, sped up stuff to start next time, and probably do some bowling around in Veilstone City. So I will see you for that.